Siéntate, por favor. We have a lot to debuckle. Congratulations, you are on the right path because all it takes is one question, and this is one of the right questions. You are on the right path to an amazing discovery of one, a true self. I'm gonna start from the end. There is no going back to your parents' home, whether you like it or not, because that home doesn't exist no more. Simply put, and this would be hard for many people to understand because they're not there. Once you hit a certain stage of development, all the questions you have or all the answers you're seeking, they're not at your parents' home. You might say, how about the memories? I was traumatized enough and healed more than enough to know that any memory that is charged with emotions is your grave. The ultimate definition of home, it's not a place, it's not a physical place, at least not outside of you. And to make it easy for you and for anyone else who's watching this video to grasp and understand the concept, I'm gonna use an archetype story, Pinocchio. Pinocchio is fire. It's full of meanings, full of archetypes. You can literally implement Pinocchio's story in everything in your life if you are reading between the lines. That one is amazing, a masterpiece. So we have Geppetto, who is a good man, a good father, a good craftsman who wished upon a star for a boy. That alone is self-evidence that there is no woman in the history of vaginas and ovaries who decided one day out of the blue to wake up at the golden hour and sit there and pray, wish upon a star for a kid. There is always a man nagging in the background. So there is no woman, no mother in the picture in the Pinocchio story. So basically that signals that Geppetto is both the mother and the father. And I don't want to hear anything in my comment section. You can have that conversation between you and your ego. You can keep lying to yourself, baby. All right? Geppetto wished upon a star for a boy. A boy, not a girl. Not a girl. And that is another self-evidence that men, if they were some kind of hybrid creatures, they were able to get pregnant on their own and they have the option to choose a gender, they will always pick a boy. You can add that conversation to the other conversation with your ego because I don't care. So he wished upon a star for a boy. The wish was granted. But since it was not naturally conceived, it was conceived through magic and alchemy, if you will, there is always a price with magic. However, the wish was granted, all right? But that's why I keep telling you guys, be very precise and specific with your prayers, okay? The wish was granted. Félicitations, we have a boy. We all know that children are nothing but potential. They are pure potential. Pinocchio's potential was not potentialing, you know what I'm saying? He was a liar, gullible, silly, so trusty, he didn't listen to his father, so naive. That is not normal for a kid because he didn't have a consciousness. What happened when you don't have a consciousness? You go and do wild shit. However, he had 1 tiny % of consciousness, hence Jimmy the Cricket, which is the voice of reason, the voice of God. How much can you contain of God's voice as a child? I mean, how much can you contain of God's voice at any age? Because God's voice is so bright, you cannot see it if you have a lot of darkness inside. And it's not loud. You cannot hear it if you're not tuned in. People are dealing with a lot of demons without even knowing, and they have a lot of wax in their ears. You know what I'm saying? Mother, man, and woman don't see, don't hear God because they're not looking low enough. So drop it low, baby. And it's not the drop that you're thinking about. Dirty mind. A long story short, for a girl to become a woman, she needs to kill her mother. And for a boy to become a man, he needs to fight and rescue his father. It's right there, baby. Right there. I know what you're gonna say. Well, where is the female version of this? All of them, sweetheart. All of them, if you're reading between the lines. I'm gonna use Rapunzel, for instance. When she realized that the mother is the devouring mother, and she knew exactly what the mother is doing, using and abusing her, she decided to cut her hair, knowing damn well that the mother will die. That face, I want you to go and watch it. That face is everything. And Geppetto, in all his silliness and foolishness and craziness and stupidness and all the inness in the world, he went to the pleasure island and he became a donkey, but he escaped. Somehow, with God's grace, he escaped. He went back to his father's home, which is the physical home he had. Guess what? The home didn't exist no more. There is no going back to your parents' home because it doesn't exist no more. The home was so cold, empty, and the father died. So now with the little consciousness, aka God's voice he has, because now he's listening, you know what's up, he decided to go and rescue the father because he already fought the father. The second story example that I'm going to use is from the movie The Planet of Apes. When the main character went back to Caesar and said, hey, man, stop this craziness. Let me take you home. What did Caesar say? Well, home, buddy. You mean the cage? I'm already home. Because he sifted through all the lies, the programming, he distilled all the knowledge he has with the consciousness. He went somewhere else and made his own home, which is not a physical place if you think about it. So now what is home? We have two answers, physical and non-physical. Physical home is a good mother. So when you feel longing to a home as a feeling, you are longing for the good mother you never had. Yes, you can go back and forth with your ego because I'm not entertaining that craziness, and make a case and say, well, I had a good mother and I still have that feeling. Oh, fuck you and your mama. How about that? This is the old version. The new version is, okay, based on my own theory, you're either an extension or the opposite of something, and neither of these two are right, because the best place to be is nobody. The nobody, the nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, the second home, the actual real home, is you. Is your higher self, your true self, your one self. The motherland, when you go back to the motherland and you become your own mother with zero deficit disorder, zero slave mentality. It's motherland, sweetheart, when you start pouring back onto yourself, when you fill in the blanks and the voids with the right thing. Success guaranteed. Once you embody that version of yourself, there's no stopping. Anywhere could be home in the physical realm. You can be sleeping on the floor, eating ramen, but feeling so content, fulfilled, and happy. Oh yes, sweetheart. Cheers. You are home. And I think you are almost there. Happy hearing you.